Okay, so hello everyone. This is Anna Melody,
And I'm JRog 1989.
and we are doing how do we label this? The
It's the fiance tag.
fiance tag. That's right. So, about a month ago, I want to say we asked you all to send in some questions, and we got permission from Magpie Pony to do some of the questions that they did. So that's what we're gonna be doing today.
Yep. So we're gonna go through the listed questions that I have written down already, and then we'll continue on till we get to the other questions.
Yee. Alrighty, so let's see
But
here.
before we do get started, we want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to Aspie for creating this lovely and beautiful art piece of our OCs getting married.
Yes, it is absolutely amazing. Definitely go check them out. They are a very talented artist, and we really appreciate this very much.
Yes. Alrighty. Shall
Okay,
we get
so
started then?
yes, let's get this underway. Let's see
All
here.
right. So
Okay, so first question. How long have you been together?
Technically, we've been around for about 3 years and about almost 2 months already.
Yeah, about there, yeah. Um, it doesn't seem like it's been that long though.
Yeah,
It's gone by really quick.
because right now time has really been flying by so fast.
It has, but in the best way possible.
Yes.
Okay. Question two. When slash how did you meet IRL?
Uh,
Ooh, that's a good
okay,
question.
we kind of met first before the 2020s happened. We actually met on someone on Twitter,
Kinda, yeah.
and then I think we started talking on Discord when I was your patron.
I believe so, yes.
And we actually started to hang out a bit more, and we were starting to get to know a little bit of each other.
Yeah, when we met IRL, I was still living with some old roommates, right before I had to go back to living with my mom. So he messaged me like, "Do you want to go out on a date IRL?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't see why not."
Yeah.
Um, and so we went to the movies. We saw The Empty Man. It was so good.
Yes.
We went and had some lunch at what was it again?
I think it was a sandwich restaurant, which I totally forgot what it was called.
It was I think the logo's like red and white or something. Um and then he gave me the necklace that I've been wearing every single day since then,
Yes.
and we started going out right after.
Yeah.
And it has been the best relationship I've ever been in. I've
Yes.
never been happier.
And consider this my first ever relationship.
It is. Okay, number 3. How old are both of you? Who is older? Um so J-Rog is the eldest in the relationship.
Yeah. I'm technically 34 years old because I was born on Halloween.
Yes, and I'm 30 because I was born on the 1st of October. So it just worked out in
Yes.
like the best way ever.
Yeah. So she's literally the beginning of October, and then I'm the one who ends October by being the Halloween baby.
Yes, jealous much. Lucky. Ah. Okay. Number 4. Who said I love you first? J-Rog.
Yes.
He said it immediately, and I was very hesitant because I had just gotten out of a relationship whose name shall not be mentioned.
Yeah.
Um And so it took me a good few months for me to actually say it
Yes.
back, but I definitely don't regret waiting
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to be certain, and I'm glad that I did wait.
And I'm actually did not rush things. So
Yeah. Yeah, we took our time.
yeah,
Okay. 5. What is your favorite thing about the other? Oh, that's a good
you
question.
want to go first?
I don't know if I can pick.
Uh favorite thing about the other. I want to say my favorite thing about you is you're really kind
Oh,
and you really took your time to get to know me a bit. And
yes.
I guess when we first hugged, I think you said you heard music in your
I
head.
did. I did. Um, it was Carly Rae Jepsen's song. Oh no, I know what the song is called. Um, oh no. I know it's by Carly Rae Jepsen.
If any of you happen to know this song that Annabelle is talking about, I can words. Um, Type in the comments below of the song that she's mentioning about,
Yeah, shoot. Actually, hang on. Google is my friend.
or
Um,
we could do that, or we could do that too.
yeah, Google's my friend. Carly.
And just for the record, people, this is totally unscripted,
It is very unscripted.
and we're not losing our minds right now.
Oh, it's the song is I Really Like You. That's what it was called. The second that we hugged, I heard music, and I that's never happened before. So that was a very good indicator that
Yes,
this is going to be different, and I'm very happy that it
yes.
was. Okay. As for my favorite thing, I would have to say that my favorite thing is the fact that you didn't give up on me.
Yeah, and I'm basically a very stubborn skeleton pony who
He
refuses to
is
give up.
very stubborn when he
And
wants to be.
and yet you love me for that.
I do. I love you very much.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Number 6. What has been the longest call with each other? Oh,
Um,
I don't know if we've ever kept track.
I don't know if we ever did keep track of that. If I almost had to guess right, I think.
I want to say it would have
Uh,
been maybe like around maybe like 2 or 3 hours, maybe
yeah, I
something
think
like
we
that.
were like in a Discord call to where when I first became your patron, we started to talk to each other to where I asked who knows how many questions I asked.
Yeah, I believe that was what it was. It was either that or it was when we were having a movie night together.
Yeah,
I can't remember exactly though. It was one of those.
yeah.
One of those. Let's see. Do you have a tradition with your fiance? Do we have any traditions?
Um, I think for our tradition, we do tend to like watch some anything that's like Halloween based during our
Yes, we do. We do Halloween and Christmas traditions. And once it comes to the once it becomes time to buy a house, we're probably gonna have even more.
yeah.
Um, but honestly, at the moment, it's just Halloween and Christmas traditions.
And sometimes we'll do like a little bit of Valentine's Day, even though there's not really much to watch that's Valentine's related.
Well, I was gonna say like we haven't really celebrated Valentine's Day in person
Oh
together
yeah,
yet,
uh,
so we're still gonna work on that. We'll figure.
yeah,
We do plan on going out of town, so maybe that could be our tradition.
yeah,
That could be fun. That could be a lot of fun.
yeah.
I like that idea. Okay. Were you a fan of each other's channels before you met?
I actually was a fan of your channel when I first heard your fanfic reading of what was it? I think it was
Was
a
it?
fanfic reading of when you were doing a narration of shining armor being turned
Oh
into a
no.
girl.
Oh gosh, we don't talk about that one. Oh gosh, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. No, 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 no.
And we're totally not copying a song from a certain movie. We're totally not.
Totally not. As for you, I didn't even know that you had a channel until fairly recently.
Yeah, I was pretty much a shy boy when it came to like streaming games, and I was too shy to even talk on games.
Yeah, I think the first time that I learned about your channel was when you made a video about going to Winnie City,
Oh
I
yeah,
believe is when it was. I think that's the first time I learned about your channel. Um,
I think it was. I
yeah,
believe
and
so.
speaking of which, this is gonna go on both of our channels, so
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Oh, excuse
All
me.
right.
Sorry, we just finished
Yeah.
eating lunch.
Yeah.
All right.
What
Well,
was the first thing you noticed about the other?
oh gosh,
Um,
how tall you were. Tall, lanky boy. Very
and
tall, lanky boy.
in your yeah, I can English.
No, you can't.
If you guys have actually seen me on either Twitter or whatever social media you got, I'm actually like 5'11" in real life,
Yep.
and she's like five
I'm
five.
somewhere around there. It changes each day for some reason. Like I'm either 5'4" or 5'5"
Yeah.
or 5'5.5".
As for me, the first thing I noticed about you is how beautiful you were.
Stop.
I love
No.
you.
I love you too, but no.
She can deny it all she wants, but she knows that I love her very much.
I have low self esteem, okay? But I love you too.
Yes.
Okay.
Who wears the pants in the relationship?
Depends on the situation.
Yeah. I mean,
When it comes to money, that would be him.
yeah. And
When it comes
sometimes,
to impulsivity, that would be me.
yeah, it kind of goes either way.
Yeah, it just depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Now when it comes to like cooking, oh, that's definitely me.
Yes.
I am in charge of the cooking because my cooking is
Yeah.
amazing.
And especially whenever I come home like late from work, which
Yeah.
it's been kind of a bit cold and really rough as of late.
Blech. Okay.
All right. Number 11.
Do you guys do PDA, public display of
All
affection?
right. Right.
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
absolutely. I
Because
am a very like social person, and I love to show off
yes.
my amazing fiance.
And same.
Hmm.
All right.
So yeah, as long as like other people are okay with it, that's another thing. Like if somebody comes up and tells us that they're not comfortable, then we'll stop.
Yeah.
Because consent is like the most important thing.
Very,
to
very
this.
important.
Let's see here.
All right.
Are your parents supportive of the relationship? Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, they love me, and my mom loves him.
Yes.
So
It took a little while for me to actually warm up a bit because I was a really shy boy and I was kind of afraid that they wouldn't like me. But as soon as she reassured me to
oh, you
just
mean my
be,
mom and my brother?
yeah.
Okay.
But as soon as Anna Melody told me to relax and
Yeah,
that I'll do fine,
they're really easygoing. My mom and
yeah.
my brother are like super easygoing.
But they're really nice when I first met them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you now know where I get my everything from,
Yeah.
except for my hair. I get my hair from my father.
Yeah.
Ugh. Let's see here.
What's one thing the other does that you hate?
Oh, okay. I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
So I'll let the
No,
ladies
no,
go
you
first.
go first. You go first. I'm very
Okay.
intrigued.
So I think,
Also, hate's kind of a strong word,
yeah,
but
we'll
like
probably say that
dislike.
you don't like.
Yeah, dislike. Let's go
Yeah.
with that.
What's the one thing that the other does that I don't like? That is a really good question. Um,
I'm waiting.
I think. Oh, I can't even think of something. But I feel like you'd have to probably help me with that one.
Now, I don't want to be mean when I say this, but like I'll be watching something on like TikTok or something, and he'll keep talking, and I feel bad because I don't want to ignore him, but I'm also like really into what I'm watching,
I
and I
know.
don't want to say like stop talking because that's really mean, and I don't want to do that. I guess like that's the closest thing that gets on my
Yeah.
nerves, but you
But
know, like I'm also okay with it because I do have an interest in what you say.
yeah,
It's just like when I'm hyper focused on something that's like if I get like pulled out of it, then my ADHD says, "Rar, how dare you?"
yeah. Okay,
So
so
nope, you still need to say your thing.
that's what I was just about to
Let's say
say.
don't skip that.
So I think the one thing I don't really like is you being down on yourself, and I have to actually help you reassure yourself that you are really confident and you're really strong and that you never ever give up. And
Okay, that's not fair. That's not fair. I said something that gets on my nerves about like what you do, and like you would like all sweet. How dare you? Now I feel bad. Ree,
I love you.
I love you too, but now I feel bad. Can we go get ice cream after this? Or like
Probably.
have it delivered or something?
Probably.
Okay. I'm sorry, I feel bad.
Alright.
Okay, where are we at?
What's the next thing you're doing together that you're excited for?
We are going out of town for a Valentine's Day
Yes.
date. It's like what, 2.5 hours
Yeah,
away?
and this place is actually based upon the same fictional story where it had of mice and men.
Yes. And there's also like gonna be like Bubba Gump's shrimp, which
Yeah, well, Bubba Gumps, but
or
they
yeah,
got like some good seafood. But I
I
know for
love
me, I'm a sucker for clam chowder and bread bowls, and I know she's not really much into it, but she'll eat anything that's got seafood, but
especially
mainly the
crab.
crab.
Crab legs. I am a sucker for crab legs. Like it's not my favorite dish, but there was this one day that we went out to a buffet here in town. And I got like 6 plates of crab legs.
Oh yeah, I
They
remember
were
that.
so good. They were cold, but I didn't hate it. I'm used to like hot crab legs with like melted butter. Oh my
And
god.
sometimes I'll have to probably help her out on opening up the the crab.
Yeah, because like you have to ask for like the crusher claw crusher
Yeah,
thingies, and that's like really annoying. They should just have them like for you
and
already, but that's just my opinion.
and she was actually surprised that I actually managed to open those up easily without using those when I was at the
Yes.
I believe it was the Golden Harbor buffet.
Yeah. Let's just say that opened up something inside of me that I
Yeah.
did not realize would open up. Okay.
All right. Does the other have a secret birthmark or tattoo that we don't know about?
I don't think so.
No, I don't.
The closest I have birthmark wise, which is not really a birthmark, it's just like the little like um I call it a beauty mark on my right arm near my shoulder. But other than that, I don't think so, no.
And mainly for me, I don't have any birthmarks, but I do have tattoos. But she already knows what they are because they're Nightmare Before Christmas related,
Yes.
and I have three of them.
Yes, and speaking of which, when the time comes we're gonna go get me my first tattoo. I just don't know what I want it
Which
to be
I will
yet.
have to probably make sure to be there for her,
Oh,
so that
absolutely.
she
I'm a
won't be
huge
afraid.
chicken. I'm a huge chicken. So you're coming with me. Actually, I saw a place that like does walk-in tattoo things, so we could probably try there
Yeah,
once we have the money set
yeah.
aside.
All right.
Okay.
What does your partner do that really makes your heart melt?
Oh, that's a good question.
Hmm.
There's a lot to choose from. I would say making sure that I'm included in everything. And really allowing me to be myself and not having to worry about hiding any part of me. Um, and also, he will put everything down whenever I call him into another room and just either help me out with stuff or like if I need hugs or something, he will, like I said, he'll put everything down and just
Yeah.
come and give me attention. And honestly, that's like one of the best things anybody's ever done.
Yes. And I think the one thing I have done that made your heart melt was pretty much the art that I give you, and your heart
Yes.
immediately melts.
Yes, I absolutely love it when you commission art. It's really good. Okay, now what do I do that makes your heart melt?
Um, for you, whenever I ever feel down about something, and you really assure me that we will get through things together, and that's what really warms my heart up.
Oh, honey.
And you really helped me through a lot of stuff, especially after we had lost our first son.
Yeah.
To those who don't really know, and when we first started dating, Anna Melody really loved my Basset Hound, Fred.
He was such a sweet boy. We'll put a picture up of him like around this time area. But he was such a sweet boy. He
Yes.
was such an old man too. He was a loud boy.
Yes. And I remember the first time when he first met you, he put his whole head in your purse and you couldn't help but laugh.
Yes. And I was like, "Are you done?" And he was like, "Oh." I was like, "Okay." But yes, he was such a sweetheart. And we'll get another Basset Hound one day, but only whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
And
Right now,
I'm sure
yeah.
you're still like not ready yet, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. What's the most embarrassing appropriate thing you slash I have done?
Most embarrassing
Oh,
thing.
that's a good that oh no.
Oh, hmm.
Oh no. We've done a lot. That's
We've
the
done like
issue.
a lot, but I honestly cannot think of a thing because we've done like maybe a lot of embarrassing things and things that we've done, but it's just there's too much to narrow down.
Yes. I guess it would be um sometimes whenever I'm recording. and like it just goes all kinds of wrong. And I just like, well, English is not happening today apparently.
And the same kind of goes for me whenever I try to talk.
Yes, that would probably be the closest.
Yes,
All
but
right.
that's all we can think of at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. If I
Oh,
could take you anywhere in the world, where would I take you?
all right. If
Japan. I would take you to Japan if I could.
which part of Japan?
Any part.
Right. If I had to take you anywhere in the world, I think I would like to take you to like maybe London in the United Kingdom.
Oh, that could be fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we'd probably be able to meet up with our friends there.
Yeah, we just need our
Right.
passports and whatnot.
There you go. I think, let me double check.
Yeah, we're on the next page.
All
Okay.
right. What lifelong dreams of mine have you helped make come true? I think we got one thing that we can both think of at the same time.
Well, if we word it
Yeah.
correctly, because we might word it differently.
But
You go first.
so my lifelong dreams, and I had some. So one of them actually getting a love interest in a very special someone after all these years and having to spend so much time with them.
Hmm.
And secondly, having to move out on my own in an apartment to where we would actually get to live together. And finally, bring you home with me.
That's basically mine too. Only difference is like my lifelong dream has been getting engaged and planning wedding stuff and whatnot
Yes.
and planning our future together.
Yes.
That's been like a lifelong dream of mine since I was a kid, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Describe your relationship in one word.
Goofy.
Yeah. Goofy is probably one way to describe the relationship, but we love each other for being
Oh,
goofy.
absolutely. Like it would be so different if it wasn't. If it was like serious all the time, it would be so depressing.
Yes.
In my opinion, it'd be depressing.
Yeah.
But okay.
Who was the first person to know about your relationship?
Oh gosh, I don't even remember.
Um,
I think it was. I think for me, I told Scribbler first. I think.
and
I could be wrong.
I think for me, I think it was one of my online friends.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it would have to be my friend. Let's see. I think it was Hate Shadow 92, the zebra corn.
Oh, okay, okay. But yeah, it was either her or it was one of my friends who's gonna be one of my bridesmaids. It was one of them. But yeah.
All right.
Uh,
Have you had any romantic dinner dates?
oh,
Yes.
absolutely. We have them all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even have to go out to have them. Like, as long as we're together and we're
Yeah.
having fun, I count that as a date.
Yeah, and I think out of all the romantic dates, I actually did love taking you out on our very first anniversary dinner to a Italian restaurant. To those who don't know, is located in Old Town Clovis called Andiamo's, and it is
Yes,
really, really good.
it was really good.
And basically, I actually got to try a spaghetti with meatballs for the first time.
Yeah, my only gripe with that is like the meatballs are so unseasoned.
Like they
Like,
could have done maybe a little bit better,
yes, like make them actually taste good. Like they're good,
but
but
it
like
just didn't have
they're
any
so
season.
bland.
Yeah,
But I mean, other than that, it was pretty good.
yeah.
Let's see here.
What conventions are you planning on going to this year as a couple?
We probably won't be going to any conventions because we're going on a trip in July to
June.
June. Excuse me.
June.
I thought it was July.
No, it was June.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going on a trip in June to Vegas with our friend Shuka because she's graduating college, so we're going there to celebrate.
And if something does come up to where we're interested in going to a con, then we'd probably try it out.
Yeah,
As long as we don't have to like drive someplace far away for that.
yeah. But we'll figure out if we do decide to go. But I have a feeling we won't be able to this year, but maybe next year.
Yeah. I was thinking like maybe next year. What if we maybe tried Harmony Con?
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll have to look at it and do
Yeah.
the math and everything because we're still saving up for our wedding.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Do you have any cute nicknames for each other? Oh
I
no. Oh
I
no.
do know that she loves being called the Sugar Princess.
Oh ah.
You're cute.
I usually just stick with like the the normal things like baby, honey, those kinds of things.
Yeah, but you did also give me a nickname based on my OC.
Oh yeah, Bone Daddy.
Well, not just that, but you also did kind of call me like his title name,
Pumpkin. Oh yeah, Pumpkin King. That's right. Oh
and
yeah.
which is another thing which I also like to sometimes call her the Pumpkin Queen.
It's true. Oh, excuse me. Let's see here.
All
Do
right.
you guys game together? If so, what games do you like to play? Sometimes
Sometimes.
I'm personally into like the RPGs or JRPGs. Like, I love Kingdom Hearts. Well, we love Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Excuse me. I love Animal Crossing. He's not the biggest fan.
I mean, I did try.
Yeah, he tried. And that's okay as long as he tried. That's
Yeah,
what mattered, or
but
that's what matters. What else? We like Red Dead Redemption.
yep.
That's a good series.
Which we did actually. Well, actually, you bought the Red Dead Redemption for the PS4 since it actually
Yes.
got finally remastered after who knows how long.
Yes, I know you were wanting it, so I was like,
Yes.
I'm gonna surprise
So
him. We'll play Smash every now and then,
yeah,
with
and
our
by
friends.
and just to reiterate,
Smash Brothers, the video game.
so I don't know what you guys are thinking, but get those images out of your heads. But as for me, I do like the game sometimes, but it usually depends on the mood. And like her, I also love Kingdom Hearts,
Yeah.
and I try not to do like very hard challenges, but I also love to play Pokemon.
Yes, we love Pokemon. And we love horror games. We
Yes,
love horror games
like
so much.
I got like some good horror games in mind. One of them being like the Bendy games, and I actually do like the Little Nightmare games.
The only games I will not play just because I scare too easy is the FNAF games. I'm a huge chicken, even though I
Yep.
love scary
Even
games.
though we did actually see the new FNAF movie.
Yes, it was so good.
Yes.
It was so funny too.
Yes.
I didn't expect it to be that funny.
All
So
right.
how often do you two argue? Or wait, no,
Hold on.
wait, I missed one.
Is there a fictional canon couple or fan pairing that reminds you of your own relationship? Um.
Oh, Molly and Moxie from Hell of a Boss.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yes. I
100%.
would probably go with that too.
Yes.
I do really like Molly and Moxie's
Or
chemistry.
Millie. Why did I say
Or,
Molly? Millie and Moxie. Wow, I feel
wow.
I'm dumb. Wow.
But we do like Millie and Moxie because did I say Moxie?
No, you said Moxie.
Millie and Moxie have a really good chemistry, and also because we do like Richard Horowitz's character, especially when he acted like a when Moxie got so drunk, and I'm like, can we please get more of drunk Moxie?
Yes, I want more drunk Moxie. He's great. Wait,
Yes,
how often do you two argue? We don't really
yeah,
argue.
like
We talk things out.
yeah, like want if we were to argue, we need to act as adults and not act like children.
Exactly. Like, okay, so I do driving for my income, which I need to do more of. But the other night there was this couple in the back of my car and they were just nonstop fighting, and in that moment I was like, thank goodness J Rog and I don't do that.
Yeah,
It was I honestly wanted to go straight home after that and just like curl up against you, but I knew I couldn't.
and
Um
this is actually the first time I've heard about this,
oh, it was
and
just the other night.
that's
I
just like sad with those kind of couples.
It really is like
Like, are you two like really like immature by acting that way? Like,
I guess so. But yeah, no, we don't really argue. And I know that whole like stereotype, like, oh, it's just gonna build up, build up, build up until it explodes. Like, not if you
talk things
are,
out
yeah,
and like
and are
talk things
mature
out.
about it.
Yeah, and talk it out calmly.
Exactly.
And
Like, if there ever does come a time for that, we'll like sit down with each other
yeah,
and just explain like what's
yeah,
going on and everything.
yeah,
Yeah. But no, we don't really argue.
yeah. ever thought of having kids? Y-
Not right now,
but
not at this
it's
time.
yes and no for me because one, I really like I want kids, but right now, financial wise and
It's
emotionally,
not
mentally,
feasible. Also, I physically can't have kids, so we would have to adopt.
yeah. So
But like I would not mind being a mom once
yeah,
the time comes.
but right now, when
And
it
I
comes to kids, and as far as I heard, they really kind of like drain you out
They do.
emotionally and mentally. And I kind of heard about an article to that mostly couples prefer to not have kids because it kind of makes their lives a bit more,
Well, it's a time and money thing, and
yeah,
like some people like end up regretting having kids, and I don't want to be that kind of parent.
yeah.
Like
But I
I would
do,
rather regret not having kids than regret having them.
yeah, like we do like kids, and she actually does like my nephew,
Oh yeah, he's a sweetie. He's a sweet boy.
which we're gonna keep his name out of it.
Yeah, no. Okay.
All right.
But yeah, maybe one day, just not
Yeah.
right now.
All right. How does it feel knowing your relationship has lasted this long, has become this successful, and where do you see yourselves in the future?
Amazing. It feels
Amazing.
amazing, and I've never been happier. I know
Insane.
I've said that in the past, but this time it's completely different.
Yes.
Um,
Like, even though for me, it's my first ever relationship, but I definitely want this to be only with you.
and I want you to be my last one. Um, as to where do we see ourselves in the future? In a quiet, in a quiet town, not too many people, but not completely dead, you know?
Like, maybe
Like
not like,
maybe like 5 minutes outside of the city, maybe?
yeah, like, not like Courage the Cowardly Dog living in the middle
Oh
of
no, no,
nowhere kind of
no.
thing, because,
Like we would still like have neighbors if possible, but we'd be like spaced out, you
yeah.
know.
Hmm.
So yeah, and someplace where we get all 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Like I want all spring, all summer, all fall, and all winter, not like not sporadic.
And as for me, I've always wanted to experience a white Christmas as far as I could remember as a little kid.
Yes. White Christmases are fun. All the
Yes.
snow. Like you get cold, but it's like it's still fun.
Which I know we'll be doing a lot of fun together when that
Oh,
happens.
absolutely. What are some pieces of advice you would offer to other couples? Excuse me.
I think for me, communication.
Communication.
Communication is
Absolutely.
always key in relationships. It's like when one is having a really hard time, you need to probably talk it out with your partner and see what's going on. And don't be afraid to ask. Just be there to help comfort and talk to your partner.
Exactly. And it's okay to not be stubborn. You can talk to each other. It's okay. It's not going to hurt
Like
nothing.
like they're not gonna bite your head off or
Yeah.
anything.
When I was younger, I had a real issue with communication because growing up as as a child of divorce, my brain always thought like talking never fixes anything. And now if I could, I would go back and be like, talk to people, talk
Yes.
things out, do it.
Yes. All right.
Um,
And
as for anything else, be honest.
yes.
Be completely honest with one another. No secrets unless like they're good secrets, like you have a surprise for them or something.
Yes.
Um, but other than that, no, don't hide anything from each
Yeah,
other.
just don't do that, please. Just
Um,
really communicate and tell them what's going on.
yeah, and agree on a pace that works for both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And other than that, I think that's all the advice we can probably give, unless you got any other advice.
I don't think so. Not off the top of my head.
All right, but
Okay,
now we
so
get to do some extra questions. So we actually have a question from our friend Shuka, who is going to be graduating.
I always call her Shoka for some reason. All
But
right.
she asks, ideal wedding location.
We're thinking maybe like a backyard wedding.
Yeah, like
Um,
basically the same place where my dad and my stepmom got
yeah.
married.
Or like when our friends they plan on buying that house, they said that we could probably use their backyard.
Yeah.
So something like that. Just like something small. But like big enough for like all the people that we want to invite, and
Yeah.
that will be coming.
All right, and
Um,
now some Twitter questions. So one from Ori. Top three best moments during your time together since the first day we met.
ooh, top 3 moments.
Top three
Um,
moments. I want to say for my probably the first one, I'd probably have to say when we actually got to go to the movies as a couple to actually see The Empty Man.
Yeah, I'd say that would be our first one, yeah. Our second one, I would personally put as getting me out of the last place I was living
Yes,
in.
which, as far as I could remember, you said that it's not really a great place to actually stay. And
In my opinion, it's not. But I was trapped there for basically like 12, no, excuse me, 15 years combined. And I never had a choice in living there.
yeah,
It was always
which,
by like no other way.
well,
Um,
yeah,
and as for our third thing, getting engaged,
yes,
absolutely 100%.
and the wait was actually worth it.
It was. It was funny though, because the day that it happened, I was asking him like, "When can we get married?" And he's like, "Soon." I'm like, "How soon?" And he's just like, "Soon." I was like, "Is it within the next 5 years?" And he said, "No." And I'm like, "Well."
Like, I honestly didn't know how to word during that day.
Yeah, but yeah, we came home after spending some time with his family, and we were getting ready to put this piece of furniture together, and I turned around and he was like all like lovey-dovey, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"What's going on?" In my head I was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "I love you too." And then he asked the question, I was like, "Ah!"
And then she actually started to bawl with tears of
I
happiness.
did. I
And
did. I was so happy.
she said yes, and then we kissed.
Yee. I mean, you knew I was gonna say
Yeah,
yes. I told you from the very first time that like we discussed it, I was going to say yes.
yes. And then Chris, the musical pony's question is, what was the day when we first met, and how long have you two been together? Which that's already an easy question to ask.
Yeah, we started dating and we first physically met on October 25th.
Of 2020,
Yes, of 2020. And so we've been together for 3 years. It'll be 4 years this year.
which will be October 25th.
Yes.
And
And
now
then
for the extra question, which my fandom daughter forgot to ask. So I made an exception by bending the rules just a
yeah.
little bit and let her ask the question. So this question goes to finally to Aspie, aka Score Bunny Dreams, which is the very same one who made the art piece
Yes.
that we're going to probably use for the thumbnail. What are your future plans as a married couple?
That's a good question. Um Settle down, and I guess just enjoy our life together.
Yeah,
We want to, like I said, we want to move to a place where we get all 4 seasons, where everybody's really friendly and nice, and and as long as it's like a safe place, that's what we care about the
yeah.
most. And accepting also.
Mm-hmm. And to where we can actually get some peace and quiet without any
Yes.
nosy and noisy neighbors or whoever else.
And if possible, away from trains.
Because screw you, trains and planes.
Trains and planes and automobiles make it so difficult for me to record. I have to
And
record at night, and there's still trains and cars going by.
and we're totally not making a reference to a certain movie.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. Yes. Um.
But I think other than that,
so-
I think
Did we
that
have any more? Let me double
um
check what you sent me. Hang on a
all
second.
right. I
Um.
don't no, I don't think I sent any more questions. Those were the things I just
Top
sent to you
three.
about the questions we just already answered.
Okay. Yeah, that was it.
But
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think that's pretty much all we got for this thing. So we want to give out a special shout out and thank you to everyone, and we want to thank you, Magpie Pony and Losty, for letting us do this fiance tag. So if you're watching this, thank you very much for letting us do this.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. I'm
And
sorry I'm stitching. Ugh.
And again, thank you, Aspie, for the art, and thank you, everyone else, for being very patient with us.
Yes, thank you all so much. You all have been amazing. And we should be putting this out on Valentine's Day.
Or somewhere around there,
It
or
should
if
should
not
be around
earlier.
there. And I guess this technically does count as a month of Lurve thing.
Yeah, so we'll definitely put this down for like Scribbler's month of Lurve.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And yeah, I guess that's it.
yep. But I think other than that, I think we're pretty much good for the time being.
Yeah. All right. So I guess that's it.
So if you guys want more, some Q&A, we'll let you know in the future.
Mm-hmm. And I guess we'll go ahead and head on off.
All right, so later, everyone.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
My mouse isn't working. Oh, it's wait, hold on. What's going on with my mouse? There we go. It wasn't working.